2016 has been an extraordinary year for the PWBA. There's been great bowling, first-time moments, and a year filled with memories for a lifetime. There have been 14 tournaments, stops in 12 states, and the crowning of new champions and familiar faces. Through it all, we've seen international players emerge to compete at the highest level. Collegiate stars continue their impressive careers, and established veterans prove just how good they really are. Now it's time to crown this year's final champion. The Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship is next. PWBA bowling fans are focused in on Richmond, Virginia today. And this is Uptown Alley in Midlothian, Virginia, outside Richmond. The site of the PWBA Tour season finale and a major of the Smithfield Tour Championship. Four of the world's best bowlers compete for the title, a paycheck, and for two, even more, is on the line. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Midlothian outside Richmond. Great to have you with us for Bowling on CBS Sports Network. This is Dave Ryan. I'll be joined by PWBA superstar Kelly Kulick in a moment on our broadcast. We have three international bowlers, but for two bowlers today, there is chance to win Player of the Year honors. One of those, Liz Johnson, the reigning Player of the Year. As we check the semifinal brackets, Liz starts her day against Sherry Tan of Singapore. Other semifinal matches up Rocio Restrepo, who's also a Player of the Year candidate, against New Wei Fan of Singapore, who is the Tour Rookie of the Year. Bring it in, Kelly. Can you believe everything at stake here today? We could go to the last frame, the last shot in the 10th to determine not only Player of the Year between Rocio and Liz, but a major champion as well.
Absolutely. What a season finale this is. The 2016 Smithfield Tour Championship. Liz Johnson is looking for back-to-back Player of the Year. Only thing on her resume she has yet to accomplish. Rocio Restrepo, two-time winner this year, and New Wei Fan, already Rookie of the Year. We have some exciting matches coming up, and again, Player of the Year could be decided in that 10th frame today.
And what a year it's been for Liz and Rocio. Her first two career titles for Rocio Restrepo from Colombia. But Liz Johnson has been spectacular, looking for back-to-back Player of the Year honors. As we talked about, already has won the U.S. Open this year. Could have her 20th career title, her 9th career major. For Rocio, a bit of an underdog if she had to face Liz in the finals, but she's playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Absolutely. Liz is like a fine bottle of wine. She just keeps getting better with age. But Rocio Restrepo, when she won her first tour title this season, it was the biggest sense of achievement she's had in her career. It's going to be some great matches today, and I'm so excited to watch.
Now, Rocio, the only way she can win Player of the Year is to get to the championship match and to beat Liz, because Liz currently has more points. Now Rocio is joined by the third member of our crew. Here's USBC Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran-Ballard.
Rocio, I know you're really excited about today. There's a lot on the line, Player of the Year. But let's talk about something a little different that the players at home, the bowlers and the players at home may not know. Rocio has not bowled a match yet in this tournament. So let me ask you, you've won 2 titles this year. You've bowled in competition. Are you approaching your match any differently today?
Well, really, I'm just going to try to have a lot more fun than I have in the other matches this year. I didn't get a chance to bowl, but usually on TV is a little different than what we bowl on during the week anyways. So I'm just going to go with what's out there and give it all, as always.
Well, good luck to you, and I hope to see you later. Back to you, Dave.
Carolyn, thanks so much. Coming up from a packed house in Virginia, we start the final event of the 2016 PWBA season with so much at stake. Our first match, Hall of Famer Liz Johnson takes on Sherry Tan from Singapore, and it comes her way next. River City on the James River, capital of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Richmond. And we're in Midlothian, just outside downtown, and ready for our first semifinal of our last event of the 2016 PWBA Tour. It's Sherry Tan, Liz Johnson, everything on the line for Liz today. Off to a great start, all 10 down. The Hall of Famer from Cheektowaga, New York, outside Buffalo.
Yep,
Liz decided to start the match, so that means she will finish the 10th frame. Sherry's getting up. First attempt here on the right lane. She will close out the match with Liz to finish it out. All the way from Singapore, both these young ladies in today's telecast didn't decide whether they were going to come back or not, but coach said, you know what, you qualified for it, we got to send you back over.
Our only left-hander in the four-bowler field knocks all 10 down. What are our players bowling on today, Kelly? Let's take a look at a future for the sport oil pattern.
Well, the girls pulled head-to-head matches, and it's 42 feet, a medium volume. There's a big volume and max off here. Most of the girls like to play their A spot, which is around the 10-board track area. New Wave Fenn's got a little bit more rotation as Rocio. They might jump inside a little bit deeper of the rest of the girls playing straighter. But the lanes did play a little tricky with the transition, and most of the girls had a bump out to the right. The flex machine going down all the way 42 feet, that brown indicator mark. You're going to watch the ball transition over time.
4-7 here for Sherry.
Yeah, nice shot by Sherry Tan. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit inside of her target, right off her hand, not projected so much up the lane. She didn't care for it either in her delivery. She will go to the hard plastic ball, straight across the lane to convert the 4-7 spare.
Takes care of her two-pin spare conversion. Only lefty, Kelly, in our show. Advantage or disadvantage, you think, for Sherry?
Right now, both girls are playing offense. And what I mean by that is they're both playing the lane the way they see it. They don't have to worry about somebody else being in their track area or zone. So both girls are going to play their A game, which is, again, straighter up the lane. And just wait for them to break it down themselves.
Four-pin stands. Good-looking shot, though, from Liz Johnson. Liz told us pre-match heading into Addison last month, U.S. Open, didn't think she had a shot at the Player of the Year. And now with form like this, Kelly, she is on the verge.
Yeah, Liz's game is her simplicity. It's so great. Look at that knee bend. At the age of 42, she's still in great physical condition. She's able to get down the line and create maximum amount of leverage.
Spare game, Liz told us, of course, so crucial. And has her mark.
Now, granted, she's coming off the bench. She hasn't bowled all week. She got to watch a lot of the competitions, practice a little bit in the off time. So she's only seeing it for maybe the third or fourth time in the practice session, but now we're in real life play.
And we asked her about that, and she said, I've got a lot of practice. And of course, the TV pair changes from the house. From qualifying play to the TV show can be a different story, and Liz off to a really good start. As number 10 goes down, number 7 goes down. Late, back to Carolyn.
Well, in speaking with Del Ballard, who is the Storm and Rotogrip Tour rep, he said the lanes are actually playing a little tighter than they did over the weekend. He said all of the players did not see any playable hold from the right or the left. So, going back to what Kelly mentioned, the girls are playing a little bit of defense right now, trying to stay in the pocket and make their spares to the lanes tame down.
Excellent shot by Sherry Tan there on the right lane. Tied ball game right now, folks.
Liz Johnson, our number 1 seed in the semifinal 4-bowler format. Got that way with the most points. Taking on the 16th seed of the event, Sherry Tan. We started this great event with 16 bowlers, champions from the 2016 season. Remaining spots filled based on the PWBA points list. And Liz has a big lead entering today's TV show against Rocio. But Sherry a split if Rocio and Liz face each other in the final. And Rocio wins. She will be not only the major champion, but Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, talk about having fate in your own hands. This left lane looks like she's giving Sherry a little bit of trouble right now. Wants to pick up a pinch sooner. She comes up high and leaves a bad 6-8 break. High on the head pin, though. 3-pin kicks out, leaving the 6-pin standing. Could have been the single pin conversion.
Trying to handle a split. Only one down. So an early open. And we'll see if Liz Johnson, who told us today she's been on around in her estimation. 100 career shows. International, U.S. competition, PBA, PWBA tours. This is her moment. Take advantage of your opponent's mistake. But the big four results.
Yeah, that
Goodness.
needed a push. That definitely needed a push. Watching the girls in practice, as we sat here behind watching them, they were both playing a little bit further left. But Liz jumped back right. As you see the ball start to pick up, go very, very high in the head pin, the ball never slowed down. So as it continued to hook left, it just never slowed down. It kept going. Big four, gonna go for 2 pins.
6-10 stance, open frame, back to back. So Johnson returns the favor after Sherry had an open. 4th frame, a struggle for each. Now the 5th.
I don't know, is it a good thing to wait and have that rest period for 3 or 4 days? Or is it a bad thing, kind of, waiting to get on deck and play your game?
Been a long time, 16 years since we've had a back-to-back Player of the Year winner. And Liz Johnson wants that badly. Nice rebound off the open frame in the 4th with a strike in the 5th frame. That's her third strike of the match now.
Right between the 1st and 2nd hour, right around the 8 board. Again, watch the ball roll as it slows down. It tends to roll more forward than to continuing to hook off the back portion of the lane. The only question is she has to finish on the right lane in this match with that big 4. See if she can overcome it and make the move.
How will Sherry respond? Very nicely. Tan back into the pit for Sherry Tan of Singapore.
Beautiful form right here. 4-step approach, sliding about 15 at the foul line, 10 to about 6 at the break point. Again, you see the colors of the bowling ball rolling more forward, end over end. Great execution.
28 years old. She's already finished her college degree in material science engineering, but wasn't sure, she told us pre-match, what she's going to do with that degree. She wants to bowl as long as she can. And with a win this year on tour at the Sacramento Open in Citrus Heights, California, she's on her way to a lot more greatness.
I do believe she's the oldest member on our team as well. Kicks out the 7 pin just that last second.
That's what you want. Back-to-back jacks, the double in the 5th and 6th for Sherry Tan. And we've got ourselves a match here. Liz Johnson looking for Player of the Year. It's got to get past Sherry Tan first. More coming up from Midlothian. Liz Johnson looking for Player of the Year in another major championship. 12-pin deficit against Sherry Tan from Singapore. Any player who converts a 7-10 split on our CBS Sports Network finals will receive a $100,000 bonus courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products. Liz had the big 4 a moment ago. Couldn't convert that. 7-10. An incredible challenge as well. To cut it to 2. 10 pin.
Yep, weak 10 pin for Liz right there. She made a slight adjustment, moving a little bit deeper inside. As you can see here, see where she slides, right about 15, 16, a little bit deeper inside 10, ball just hesitant to come up and roll through the pocket. We call that a flat 10. Makes the spare just as she does.
No problem. Confident and relaxed.
She looks it too. Again, she's a veteran. She's got the experience. She's wearing the knee brace, but that's just for preventive maintenance. This year she had a little bit of an elbow injury. She wore a brace most of the season. It's obviously not a problem for her right now, but she really says it's one of her best seasons she's had.
If it's possible, Kelly, she seems even to amaze herself, as she told us pre-match, at 42 years old, still bowling at such a high level. And a chance to win another POY award. Brilliant shot here.
Yeah, she's never going away. The head pin bounces really hard off that left sideboard wall, comes back to kick out the 2-4-7. She creates so much power based on the leverage in her legs. Great physical regimen, works out at home in the gym often enough, and steady on the lanes as always.
7th frame. Looking for the turkey. Only a 7-pin count there for Sherry. To keep things very interesting, Lee Trinks.
Yeah, a little bit high there. Sliding a little bit deeper inside 16. All the way at the break point, right around board 8. Just, again, rolls hard off the spot, comes in high for that 247. If you looked at the graph earlier, there's a little bit more hold on the right than there is on the left. She's the only one bowling in the match. She's going to create her own breakdown.
Has her mark. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Then visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. Great crowd today. Plenty of the fans picking up some gear on the way in.
Fabulous, fabulous town, Midlothian. Uptown lanes, great recreational facility. So many people to come out and watch this week the head-to-head matches, which is unlike any other event they see all year long.
Eight frame. 7-pin up for Sherry. She and Wei Finn are going to head back to Singapore after this tournament today.
Much, much further down the lane, a little bit further outside, ring 7.
As you know from all your international travel with Team USA, it is a long trip, 28 hours and 3 different planes to get there.
Yeah, I think they go from here to Chicago to Hong Kong to Singapore.
Single pin conversion successful there for Sherry. She will not compete in the Asian Championships later this month. Sister Daphne will. Next up for her, the Southeast Asian Championships in Malaysia.
Even then, it's not a short flight to Hong Kong to watch the Asian Championships there. Cheering on Daphne, her sister. Ball
Back to
change
Liz.
for Liz.
Big shot. 10-pin.
Yeah, 8th frame, Liz Johnson made a ball change right there, going to a more aggressive, stronger ball because the ball hit so weak, left the flat 10. Right around that 8, 9, 10 board, she keeps it so straight on line, but again, the 6-pin just falls off in front of the gutter for that flat 10 leave.
There's a 10. Liz pick to finish up on that right lane. Has not struck there yet, though.
If anyone can figure it out, it's her. She's been pretty clutch on the left lane so far. Going back to the other bowling ball she's been using.
4 strikes apiece, each and open. Both happen in the 4th frame. I mean, this is as even as you can get.
Yeah,
with so much at stake.
You knew they were going to be close today.
Foundation frame underway for Liz Johnson. All 10 down, big strike.
Not quite sure why she's shaking her head. She's in disbelief, just trying to figure out that right lane, obviously, because she has to end on it. But again, if anyone can figure it out, it's Liz Johnson.
How will Sherry respond? Another 7-pin.
Yeah, that last shot looked exactly identical to the one in the left lane. A little bit further up the lane, outside, more to the 5 break point. As it pushes further down the lane, starts to pick up into roll. Again, 4-pin just falls off in front of the 7. So that means there's not enough engine. They need a little bit more engine. The ball is losing too much energy, leaving those flat pin hints. But her best asset for Sherry Tan right now, she said the best thing that secludes her from every other player out here is her spare making ability.
There's the 7, there's the mark again. Right on cue. Sherry beat Shannon Plahowski. Title match of the Storm Sacramento Open for her lone title. Liz looking for her 20th career championship. And 9th career major. There's the trophy right behind Sherry there. It's the one they're bowling for today. Wrap up our 2016 tour season.
think it's slightly heavier than the bowling ball itself. That's how
Looks
great
like
the
it.
trophy.
I didn't try to lift it, but it's pretty big. You're right. 10th frame, every shot, huge now. All 10 down. Enormous strike for Sherry Tan, the 16th seed in our Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship.
Yeah, great delivery, really the left-hand side. She's able to play further outside than Liz is, pushing the ball up the lane a long distance. Ball has enough energy to sustain going through all the pins. I believe when she beat Shannon in the final, she needed to strike in the 10th frame to win her first professional title. No stranger to this scenario. Oh!
Trip 7.
That was excellent. Watch 4-pin falls in front, little love from the gutter. Didn't matter. The other pin would have rolled over, messengered it out, and delivered the mail to knock out 10 pins. Another strike here gives her 203, forcing Liz to double in the 10th frame in order to win. Little inside. Ooh.
Not what she wanted there. And now the job will not be as difficult for Liz stepping up here in the 10th.
Liz knows what she needs to do.
A double and 4 will win it and send her to the championship match.
And she has yet to strike on this right lane.
Oh, and she picked it. Here we go.
Yeah,
Wait for
okay.
the pins to get reset here. Builds up the drama just that much more. Now, if Liz does not win this match, she can still win Player of the Year if Rocio Restrepo loses.
Now here's the interesting story. She made a ball change in the 8th frame. She's going back to the original ball that she started off the match with.
Gotta have it. Down goes the 4. It took a long time. Wow. But it does fall.
Watch this. 12 at the foul line. More aggressive speed, upward 8. High on the head pin. Wait, it just falls right there. 2-pin goes in front, kicks the 7-pin out. Normally it would go right into the 4-pin, but you know what? Little love, leaning tower, over. Fist pump right there.
That was big. This is bigger. Needs it. Will not get the strike. And will not win the match.
Wow.
1 pin away, and Sherry Tan is through to the championship match.
Yeah. Tripped the 4-pin, maybe made a 2-board move off of it, comes up light for the 2-pin.
Liz Johnson has a lot of points accumulated to be the top seed of this event. She can still win Player of the Year, but she will not win the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. Instead, Sherry Tan into the championship. When we return, we'll speak with USBC Executive Director Chad Murphy. Talk about the great season and the future of the PWBA Tour. The future of our tournament here. Sherry Tan, the left-hander, is through. She'll play for the championship here in Midlothian, Virginia. Thanks to 6 strikes, Sherry Tan, the 16th seed, knocks off the #1 seed, Liz Johnson, 199 to 195 to make the finals. Yesterday, I had a chance to visit with the executive director of the USBC, Chad Murphy. I asked him why bowling fans have embraced the PWBA Tour so much this year.
Well, I think a couple things. You know, bowling fans aren't any different than NFL fans or NBA fans. They want to see the best compete within a sport. And having these women available to them on a regular weekly basis now where they're competing for, you know, these championships is something to get excited about, and I think our fans are no different in that space. They want to see the best of the best competing against each other, and the PWBA is delivering on that.
What have been the biggest signs of success this year on tour?
Well, I think the schedule, you know, going from 11 to 14 events and still having full fields, having the ladies support it like they have has been tremendous. The sponsors coming in have been wonderful too. But having our entire industry really get behind this in a way that I'm not even sure when we were in the task force putting it together we could have really predicted that. Everyone has been excited about it. And this season, really coming on last season's success has just been wonderful.
Chad, speaking of which, who are the PWBA Tour's biggest supporters and sponsors?
Yeah, I mean, Bob Weber in Smithfield has really gotten behind the PWBA, and we really appreciate his support in Smithfield and all the things that they're providing to us has been wonderful. Obviously, Frank DeSocio at BPA, our board of directors, both BPA and USBC, our friends at Nationwide, GoBowling.com, and then Amy Akuri and Pepsi. The list kind of goes on, but having names like that, brands specifically associated with our tour, it really sets the table for us to be successful long term.
And we certainly enjoyed covering the PWBA Tour on CBS Sports Network. What has the additional TV coverage meant to the tour?
Well, our partnership with CBS Sports Network has been really special. We started several years ago with our collegiate championships when I first came into the campus, and it's just kind of built and built. But the simple answer to that one is exposure. I mean, to be able to put our sport in people's living rooms on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, is important. To have our sport be viewed outside of a certain bowling center in a certain town, but in a global space is important, and CBS Sports Network has provided the venue for that.
Why would you say it's so important that PWBA Tour players serve as role models to bowlers all over the world?
Oh yeah, and they do. They've been great at ambassadors. It's nice to have them back as part of building a better and brighter future for our sport. If you really think about a 7 or 8 year old girl with all the options to choose from of professional athletes these days, we need these ladies and those little girls to look up to them. And I think in building a better future for our sport, there's 3 things that we have to have, and that's professional men's, professional women's, and a high-end youth program for those kids to aspire to. And these ladies are beacons of light in that, you know, fight to build an affinity within our sport and a brighter future within it.
Chad, thanks so much. Coming up, Rocio Estrepo. The door is now open for her to win Player of the Year honors, but she's got to win 2 matches, and that starts with a semifinal matchup against the number 11 seed, New Wave Fan, the Tour Rookie of the Year. Estrepo, Fan, head-to-head. Already we know Sherry Tanner's through the championship. Liz Johnson can just sit and watch. Lots of drama and great action coming up from Virginia. Uptown Alley. What a scene here in Midlothian. A little more about the center, Kelly. This place is spectacular. 38 lanes, 2 floors. We're in the basement level here. Midlothian, Manassas, and Surprise, Arizona. More coming your way. College football on. Of course, great bowling, great food. Michelle Slade, Director of Marketing and Sales for Uptown Alley. Great to see Michelle here. She and her staff have been so helpful. I'm going to call it the coolest bowling center I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah, they really rolled out the red carpet for the ladies this weekend. You know, closing the doors for a little while, people were still coming in for the food alone. Snap Bar area, wonderful, great atmosphere. And we're going to kick it out here with New Wave Fen in the left lane starting the match.
8-pin count there for New Wave Fen from Singapore, 24 years old. And this year's PWBA Tour Rookie of the Year.
And she didn't even bowl the full season. How impressive is that? 2-5 spare, 10th in points overall. Made almost every show of every event that she did bowl in. Makes a 2-5 for a spare in the first frame.
Knocked off Jennifer Higgins and Danielle McEwen, who won this event last year in Arlington. Gave her enough points. Surpassed Higgins for Rookie of the Year. From Louisville, Ohio. Originally from Columbia, longtime member of Team Columbia and a former star at Wichita State, Rocio Estrepo. A brilliant breakthrough season for Rocio. Touch eye that time.
Yeah, definitely coming in high in that shot for that 3-6-10. Let's see if we can take a look at this delivery. She's going to slide, very powerful step out, 18 at the foul line, 10-11 at the arrows, steps off balancer, 7 at the break point. Right here is where the ball's going to change its motion into the pocket, but comes up high on the head pin. Not one of my favorite spares to make. The 3-6-10 has to deflect into the 6 and the 10 to take all 3 out.
Covers all
Exactly like
nicely.
that.
Just as Coach Kulik told her to do. Perfect.
You know, interesting fact about Rocio, the first 4 events which she bowled very, very well in, she said she needed to recover from the beginning of the season. Well, whatever she recovered from, she found it, won 2 titles, and now has a chance for Player of the Year.
Great looking shot, all 10 down. 60 feet to success for Rocio Restrepo. The 2 seed, automatic bid of the TV finals. 2nd player on the points list heading into the season finale here in Virginia.
Yeah, from this angle, she's a little bit deeper in on that left side of the lane. Perfect ball roll right there as the ball goes off the left side of the pin deck. Little fist pump right there. Love to watch Rocio's emotions on the lane while she's bowling.
Wow. Crunching 10 into the pit. New Wave Fenn has a good look on that lane into the 1-3 pocket. Let's go back to Carolyn.
Okay, same thing as in the first match. Both of these ladies see the lanes a little bit tighter, opted to add a little surface to their bowling ball and try to play a little bit further right. Here's the difference. New Wave Fenn is comparing the lane being tighter to her matches that she bowled over the last few days. Rocio is comparing it just by what she's had with practice shots. So the strategy is a little bit different for both.
Yeah, both girls right now. New Wave Fenn got to bowl more matches. Rocio only had practice sessions about 20 or 30 minutes in between those matches. So they really didn't have, Rocio didn't have the lane transition that New Wave Fenn saw all week long through those matches. Bounces back right there for that high 3-6-10 in the first frame. She made the move, moved about 2 or 3 boards left or deeper inside. As we look at the ball, watch her foot slide. Great, great knee bend off her hand, about 10 at the arrows. Ball's going to project to the right down the lane, which is an in and outside swing. And the pins didn't have a chance. Both girls right about the same break point, right about board 8 down there at 42 feet. The ball's direction change is nice and smooth, what you're looking for. Great reaction.
Fort Fran tries for the turkey here. That comes in high though. Almost crosses over the head pin. And only a 6-pin count for Rocio. We asked her pre-match, Kelly, about what happens if Liz loses. Here's that shot again.
Yeah, it comes up high 3-6-9-10, one of the most difficult spares, high on the head pin, but now she's got the sleeper wood, which is the 9-pin behind it. So she's gonna throw plastic at this, which is a little surprising. Has to hit the 3-pin head on, so the ball still continues to roll into the 9 and take out the remaining pins. Ooh.
Can't cover them all. And it's an early open here for Rocio Restrepo.
Yeah, amazing. Goes with the plastic ball, slides past the 3. Not sure if she would have kicked out the 9 with the plastic ball itself. Most players would have hooked at that spare.
3-pin stands. Now, New Wave Fenn. Try to take advantage. Been money on that lane. Another perfect shot, power player. Not a lot of hook right at the 1-3 pocket. And she has her turkey.
Again, in her stature, both girls about the same size in stature. Very thin, very petite. But again, she creates so much power with her legs. She did say, not to be funny, but her glutes were bothering her as long as the season that she's been bowling. She would love to have a physiotherapist or some type of massage therapist out on tour, because of all the sliding and balance has created some sore spots. Both girls struggling on that left lane coming up high. Rocio left the 3-6-9-10. Now New Wave Fenn leaves the 3-10 or the baby split. Didn't quite project as far right down the lane. As you can see, it changes direction really quick, high on the head pin. 3-10 baby split another tough spare to convert.
Right lane, no problem. Left lane, an issue for each. Difficult conversion. Baby split. Has it. Remember that one. Responds to the challenge.
That's how you do it, folks. Fit the ball in between the 3 and the 10, makes the baby split. If you can think about that pattern that we showed earlier in the telecast, it's flat. It's 42 feet, but there's a big block and drop off. So the angles have to be a little bit steeper, getting more left to right with the bowling ball.
Rocio. 10 pin.
Ring 10.
You said even if Liz lost, as we check out the pattern here,
Yeah.
it'd be a
So
big challenge for her.
Here's that block, Dave, what I'm saying. So the girls are trying to find hold here, but because it drops off like a cliff really, really quick, they have to get their angles steeper through the front in order to get the ball back to the pocket.
Look out, does take down the 10 pin and has her mark. Rocio's side of the bracket, Kelly. Maybe some of the players that
Some interesting matches. Shannon O'Keefe 3-2 over Josie. She had to face one of her best friends of all time, Stephanie Johnson. Shannon defeated her, got to the final match against New Wei Fen, and New Wei just kind of pummeled over her 3-1. So that's who we face as she sees Rocio in the semifinal match.
those are all best out of 5 matches. Rocio, of course, did not have to bowl, just like Liz Johnson's the top 2 seeds. They just got their game tuned up, but not in competition. And Liz cannot come through against Sherry Tan in her first match. And only. How Rocio fare? With so much at stake. Yikes. Really tough split, 2-10.
Yeah, and again, Dave, the girls made the move, so they made about a 3 or 4 board adjustment inside or left with their feet, further inside the arrows. She's using an aggressive bowling ball as it's just kind of sliding towards the 10 pin over there. Might have to make a ball change, something that picks up sooner in the middle, as I would say a little bit more engine in the bowling ball itself.
Wow, whiffs on the 2. It's another open, and that's trouble. New Wei Fen opens up a 38-pin lead in the second semifinal. Sherry Tan, also Singapore, is already through to the championship match. Before our tournament started here today, our TV finals, Tadeo Milligan, our tournament director, presenting New Wei Fen PWBA Tour Rookie of the Year award. And it was an interesting race going right down to the wire, Kelly. The match that New Wei Fen won over Jennifer Higgins clinched it.
Yeah, it's 6 events. Jennifer bowled all 13 events. The championship round appearances, I mean, 4 really puts it right there. But 10th overall in points, concluded and gave her the title of Rookie of the Year.
All-time international winners, first since Cara Honeychurch. And a great year for New Wei Fen. She'd like to continue that with a win here over the 2-seed Rocio Restrepo of Colombia. And march on to the finals, take on Sherry Tan.
I asked New Wei Fen, I said, you know, you look so fluid. You look like everything is just effortless, just kind of almost like a robot going through the motions. And it's all because of her training that she has back in Singapore with her teammates.
Looks to go up 48 pins with a strike here. And does it. Carolyn now joined by Liz Johnson.
Liz, I know today didn't go quite as planned. Do you think you not bowling any matches or bowling on the lanes and experiencing transition had anything to do with your match today on TV?
It might have been, but, you know, I felt like I bowled the best I possibly could. You know, I've been in the situation many times, and, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, just got to make the shots. And, you know, I thought I made some good shots. And, you know, the one lane, for not having a great shot in practice, I felt like I bowled as best as I could. It just, you know, I made a ball change on the right lane, and it just didn't go the way I wanted to. And, you know, I'm happy.
Well, like I said, another great year, but you usually wrap things up. You know, Liz goes right to the top and goes, I'm Player of the Year. today is a little bit different. You're kind of waiting in the wings here to see exactly what happens with this match. How do you feel about that today?
It's a little bit of nerves, but you know what? You can't control what anyone else does. You can only control yourself. So we'll just see what happens.
Okay, congratulations again on another great year. See you next year in 2017. Back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Carolyn. We look forward to watching Liz Johnson compete again next season. And she's in great shape, though, to win that Player of the Year honor, because if Rocio Restrepo loses this match, Liz has enough points, despite her loss to Sherry Tan, to take home Player of the Year honors.
Yeah, now again, the Rocio has to make that move. She moved left. She pushed it through the front now. She really accelerated at the bottom of the swing, and the ball sailed to the right itself. So when she came up light, let the 210, now she faces the 1-2-8 spare.
Now he covers nicely. So barring a miraculous comeback for Rocio, Liz Johnson will win Player of the Year and become the third player in the history of the tour to win back-to-back Player of the Year honors. William McPherson did it twice, 96, 97, and 99 in 2000. It's been a while.
And Leanne Hulsenberg was the other player for back-to-back Player of the Years.
That's right. That comes in high. And Wei Fen's first real struggle.
See from the lower floor look right here. Again, up 8, board 8, so a little bit further right. She was a little bit deeper that board 10. Again, ball doesn't slow down, comes up high, 3-6 spare. She took her plastic ball, fairly straighted it.
Covers and has her mark. Watch live early round coverage of all PWBA events, plus live and on-demand coverage of all the best professional bowling action on Extra Frame. Visit www.extraframe.tv for more info or to subscribe today. There's Kelly on the left, getting ready for 2017.
I am. I'm already forward thinking to next year. I've had a great season overall, made 4 telecasts. I think only missed 2 top 12 finals. So I really had a great season, but we're already preparing for next year.
We're proud of you.
And that left lane giving both players trouble right now. Going through my brain right now, I'm thinking I watched Rocio go light. I watched her sail one out. This one she pushes, again, further right down the lane. Again, the pattern's flatter. So I would definitely go to my bag and look for a different ball in my bag that's going to make the corner in the back or read the middle sooner.
210. She told us before the match she brought her entire layout to qualifying. And 10 balls with her. A lot of options. Takes out the 2, leaves a 10. It's an open frame, and slightly this late in the match, the door opens a little for Rocio, who just needs strikes right now to make it interesting.
Yeah, I think Rocio can strike out for an even game of 200, so that would just mean Wei Fen would need 8 pins on her first ball. 140 at 200 in the 10th frame. Wei Fen just needs 8 pins to clinch the match on her first, 2 deliveries in the 10th frame. Still, Rocio could put pressure on her. You never know. I always say bowling is that one sport where it's never over till it's over, till the last ball is thrown.
Rocio told us pre-match she was going to really try not to focus on the fact that if Liz lost, she had a chance to win the Player of the Year in addition to her first career major. It's hard not to, though. You know it's all out there in front of you. She still had a great season.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still you against the pins. As a player, that's how you should look at it. So it's not about what you win, the prize fund or anything. It's that title ultimately in the end, and that would have been the Players' Championship and then the Player of the Year. A little mechanical difficulty. Could be that tropical storm playing with the background a little bit.
It's gone, right? Isn't it way off of
It's headed
Long
home
Island
to
now?
New Jersey.
It's heading home.
Right where I'm headed.
Working on those mechanical issues right now. Friday night, part of the championship week activities. Players invited to see Richmond minor league baseball team in action. Look at Shannon O'Keefe, fastball right down the middle. Strike. Former All-American softball player, University of Portland. On her toss in the ceremonial first pitch, the Richmond Flying Squirrels AA team, Eastern League affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. Stepped up there and delivered, didn't she?
Nice throw. Yeah, after she threw the first pitch out, they asked her to play third base. They had a uniform waiting in the side. She nailed it. Talk about getting over the plate, and out of all the people that had the ceremonial first pitch, she got the ball because she threw it the best. Didn't expect anything less from her.
Great athlete, man. Really a fantastic season for Shannon.
A known fact, Liz Johnson wants everybody to know she did play softball and she was a pitcher. Wonder why she's such a great bowler.
Ninth frame. Mechanical issue solved. All 10 down in her foundation frame. As Kelly said, it put a little pressure, perhaps, on New Wave Fan.
Yeah. Okay, she's sliding 19, so she's a pinch deeper. 11 at the arrows, way, way right down the lane. But she's got the rotation off her hand to get the ball to screen back like that, like most of the men you see on tour do. Both these ladies you see right now have the most rev rate of the ladies within the field or seeing today on TV. So they can create a little bit more room with their rotation.
Still having some issues down lane. So, tell you about USBC Bowling Academy, providing hundreds of hours of high-quality instructional videos for bowlers of all skill levels. Learn from Team USA and USBC certified gold coaches, as well as other top pros and instructors. Visit USBCBowlingAcademy.com today for more information.
I have to say that's a great tool for coaches, people just looking for information about the game of bowling in general. You can subscribe to it for a yearly fee, and just everything from bowling ball maintenance to drills and ways to improve your game.
Best shot on the match there for Rocio, all 10 down.
Figures out the left lane, gets the first strike in the 10th frame. Again, max score for Rocio is 200 even on the nose, or par for bowling. Now she made the jump left, right about 14 at the arrows. Didn't quite open up the lane as much. 10 pins went straight back on that shot. She really got in the gym after last year, created a little bit more power in her legs, muscled up a little bit more. Credits that to most of the success of her season.
Nice shot, 10 pin.
So we have the two Singapore girls flew all the way over here for this one event only because they qualified by winning her points alone. Are going to go for their first ever major championship title here.
There's a 10, but Rocio, not enough. It's been a great season. Champion of the Greater Detroit Open, Kent, Michigan, the St. Petersburg Clearwater Open in Seminole, Florida. First two career titles. But she will not win this major championship or Player of the Year. New Wave Fen is through the finals. She'll take on Sherry Tan. All Singapore championship match comes your way next. New Wave Fen of Singapore, 213-189 winner over Rocio Restrepo. So she's through to the championship match to take on Sherry Tan, also Singapore. It's been a wonderful year for the PWBA Tour. Let's take a look back. There's one. There's the first one. Wow, it's a no-doubter. She has won the Go Bowling PWBA Player Championship.
Looks good. Got it. Shannon O'Keefe will move on to the next match.
It increases the dollar value in my bank account.
What do you say, Sherry Tan? Second in a row for a championship. She is pumped.
That's great.
From start to finish, Liz Johnson has done it. Officially her 15th career PWBA Tour title. Shannon O'Keefe, she knocks off superstar Kelly Kulick to win the championship.
The only thing I thought about when I lost the US Open was I just let my kids down. So I just don't want to let them down anymore.
Lead now to 14 pins. Closing in on personal history. Could get 10 here. She does. And how about a championship for Clara Guerrero? Her first ever tour title is a major.
This is definitely a dream. I worked so hard for this moment and just can't believe it's here, but I'm extremely happy.
Place in women's bowling history. The 2 seed, Bernice Lim, has won in Las Vegas. How many Rubik's Cubes are being purchased online right now? Online. Great shot from McEwen.
She's grooving right now.
It's a great feeling, especially being right in the middle of the season. Hopefully use it just to propel myself.
She's got it. Brianna Cote on her first television show as a pro is in the finals.
But it's me against the 10 pins, so that's what I had to focus on the entire time, just me and the lane.
At the very end of practice, I went to a little stronger ball, and so I can create a little bit more hook, and it's just one of those that worked out.
I've had the opportunity to win and compete in a lot of different things, but this one pretty much tops them all.
The eye of the tiger early in the match, and now the emotions. And she's got a standing ovation because she's won on the PWBA tour for the first time.
I'm proud of words. It's been a really hard road and it finally happened.
What a fantastic season for Rocio Restrepo and so many fantastic bowlers on the PWBA tour. The final match of the final event of 2016 comes your way next. Sherry Tan head-to-head with New Wave Finn. What a day of bowling we've had so far here in suburban Richmond. Sherry Tan knocked off the #1 seed, Liz Johnson, by 4 pins thanks to 6 strikes. Liz needed a double in the 10th but couldn't do it. Anyway, Fenn just defeated Rocio Restrepo, 213-189. And here we are, championship match. A major at stake. Season finale on tour. One of these two bowlers will win her first career major. Sherry Tan, a lone lefty, off to a great start.
And for those of you tuning in, you really are seeing the best bowlers in the world compete here today. 2 ladies from Singapore, worldwide event globally. It's a fantastic feat for both of them.
Late tap on the 10 pin. And New Wave Fenn responds with a strike of her own.
Watch this ball motion as it goes through. Ball hits the 5 into the 9, 6 pin from the gutter. Little tap off to the side, kicks out the 10. She was the higher seed, so she chose Sherry to start the match. So Sherry will finish the 10th frame to decide her fate.
A strike for New Wave Fenn, looking for her first career title, and it's a major. Any player who bowls a 300 game on our CBS Sports Network finals will receive a $10,000 bonus from the PWBA. Seven pin.
Ooh, lucky break there for Sherry Tan. High on the head pin. Little domino effect as the pins just spread out off to the side. Again, further inside, board 10 at the break point, high on the head pin, almost a crossover. As we see here, it goes high, hits the 3 pin, 2 pin off to the side. Really kind of parting of the seas there. Luckily, she just left the 7 pin.
Seven for Sherry. We told you about it in our broadcast. She won her first career title league. PWBA Storm Sacramento Open, Citrus Heights, California. It was the lone title so far. Won by the Singapore contingent. But we're guaranteed to have a bowler from that nation as a champion here today. And a major champion. Big paycheck on the line. And a big trophy.
Big trophy. $20,000 to the person winning the title today.
Gonna have to check that in your suitcase for that long flight back home. It's probably too big for the overhead. 7-pin count.
Ooh, not one of the easiest spares to make, but she leaves the 3-5. Let's see what we have here. As the ball goes, pushes way left down the lane. Not near the break point she's been controlling. Again, leaves the 3-5-6. 7-pin count. Again, credits her spare game as being the biggest asset of her game. Both girls will get on a plane tomorrow and have a 2 to 3 week break now when they return before starting to retrain for their future competitions. Ooh.
Open frame, 6 stands, and it's a big miss early for Sherry Tan. Great to see Bob Weber here. Vice President Corporate Marketing, Smithfield Foods. We thank Bob and his great staff for their support of this event. Next to Chad Murphy. Power bowling, all 10 down in that 1-3 pocket. Blasts the pins down into the pit.
New Wave Fen finishing the last match and starting this one the exact same way. Very strong and aggressive. Ball motion, blue and red as it starts to change direction. Nice and smooth change there again, like you're making a left turn. No flat 10 there. 6-pin kicks off harsh. Knocks over the 10.
Looks for the front 4. And has it. What a start. New Wave Fen. Perfect to begin the championship match.
Yeah, there's been 2 matches bowled so far. This is the 3rd of the last one. Some friction has been built in, so a lot of the oil's been removed from the lane, creating more of a hook spot. Looks like she's getting to be a little bit more aggressive, more firm with her ball speed, and just opening up the lane and taking full advantage of it.
Hasn't lost on TV yet. Wants to stay perfect. 4-7. Off the mark, looking for that 1-2 pocket. A left-hander.
Yeah, almost crossed over the last time up on this lane. Came up high again. She's got to make a big move. So not just 2 with your feet. I would say maybe 4 or 5, 2 at the target. Really open up the angle in the front a little bit more to get the ball to clear down the lane or push more freer. No problem on that 4-7 spare conversion. Sherry Tan, beautiful 4-step approach. Starts with the right foot. Excuse me, 5-step approach. Look at her leverage, how square she is, how height, the shoulder is just the same height as her head. Such deep knee bend. Most bowlers will have that trail leg touch the ground. Follows through aggressively, keeps that trail leg up in the air. And again, creates so much power. She really gets her feet moving to create such ball speed.
Best shot of the match. All 10 down for Sherry Tan. Any player converts a 7-10 split on our CBS Sports Network finals will receive a $100,000 bonus, courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products. They like the bonus. They don't want to face a 7-10. That is the toughest shot in bowling.
Absolutely.
New Wave Fen trying to stay perfect. Gets that tap on number 4. Down it goes. Hits the front 5.
Yeah, if New Wave Fen misses, it's usually just a little bit inside of her. She said her loses a little bit balance with her legs, not so much aggression. But again, the ball picks up soon. We saw the 4-pin fall earlier in other matches. Little love tap again. Front 5. Taking a demanding lead over her teammate Sherry Tan.
Looking to get halfway home to perfection. About the front 6. No, not this time. Perfection ended with a 4-pin in her 6th frame, but still a huge lead. Trying for a title today.
Now she made the move deeper inside, comes up again very high on the head pin as you see the ball rolling forward. That yellow label on the ball rolling heavy on the head pin itself. 2-pin goes in front, kicks out the 7. 4-pin is the lone pin standing.
New Wei Fen told us pre-match, so nervous early in the year, making her first TV appearance of her career. She's not nervous now. She's got a huge lead. 53 pins on Sherry Tan, getting close to a championship today. The lefty, Sherry Tan, faces a huge deficit here. 53 pins heading into the 6th frame. The Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship season finale for 2016. It's a major. She needs a lot of strikes to make this interesting. That's how you get it started out of the break.
Yeah, figured out that right lane. Look at her footwork here. Again, nice and steady, deeper inside. 10 to about 7. Hits the 1-2 pocket. Look at the list.
Yeah, got us started way back at the start of our season in Vegas, winning Queen's event. Sherry Tan, Clara Guerrero, her first career title, and Rocio, 1 of 2 this year.
Absolutely, it's wonderful, the international competition. We've bowled their tours and their events are coming over and supporting our tour. Again, truly the best bowlers in the world in this field.
What a moment, Sherry Tan. And the southpaw strikes again. That's her teammate, Team Singapore, very good friend, New Wei Fen.
I gotta wonder, are they gonna sit next to each other on the plane ride home?
I think so, I think so.
First class, maybe? Economy
They get an
plus?
upgrade after making the championship.
Easier trip home now, I would think.
All 10 down. High flush, bounce to that pocket. She has had the look, Kelly, in this match the entire way.
Yeah, if you go back, I mean, all season long, she's been really knocking down that door and trying to get to that title match and winning her first championship here. But 13 at the arrows, she creates more left to right again. She's got more rotation, more friction built in on the lane. She just looks like she's in the driver's seat right now.
Wow, continues the roll. And she is rock and rolling her way through this championship match. Another strike, 8th frame, inching closer to her first career title. And a major championship as well. How about that? What a storyline for New Wei Fen.
Catches up there. She's closing the gap, though. Max score for her is 246, I believe. New Wei Fen can shoot 279. You must strike in these situations to keep the pressure on your opponent, but she definitely figured out this right lane. Moved a little bit deeper inside, firmer up the lane, a little bit more ball speed, keeping the ball more in line. That's what all the players had to do all weekend long. She must continue to put the pressure on her teammate to have any chance in this championship finals.
4 straight strikes out of the last break. 4-bagger here out of the 9th. That should make it a bit more interesting. Yes! Scout across the deck takes out the 7. All smiles and cuts it to a 23-pin deficit.
Again, firmer, more ball speed up the lane itself. Head pin bounces off the right side wall. Watch the head pin, folks. Boom, right there. Kicks off the side, rolls over, and delivers, knocks over the 7-pin. Don't let her stature fool you. A lot of great power in those legs.
New Wei Fen looks for the turkey in her 9th frame. Wow. All 10 down. Her answer An emphatic yes, I'm going to win this title. That's impressive. Sherry having so much momentum to respond that way.
Yeah, she still needs to be clean to the 10th frame here. She does need a mark.
And this is our Smithfield moment of the match.
Will she win it? Oh!
10 pin. As Kelly said, needed that in the 10th.
Well, here's the thing, folks. If she misses the 10 pin and Sherry strikes out, we have a tie. She still must make the spare. That's why, as I said, she has to show up in the 10th frame. 6 pin just laggers. Watch the messenger. Falls in front.
It was our Smithfield moment of the match.
Needs to make it.
Here's that 10 pin. A lot of pressure. No problem.
Winner, winner.
New Way Finn has wrapped up her first career title. It is also a major, and will take home that big trophy and the big paycheck on the plane tomorrow. 28 hours. Well, not just tomorrow, the next day as well.
I think it'll be a smooth and easy flight for her.
Back home to Singapore. What an event for the Rookie of the Year and the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship winner. Her first career tour title is a major. New Way Finn has done it today in Midlothian, Virginia. It's a day to remember for Team Singapore. Sherry Tan and New Way Finn make the finals. And New Way Finn takes home the championship, making personal history today in Virginia.
The Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Smithfield. Flavor hails from Smithfield. Get inspired at smithfield.com today. By Go Bowling. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all of the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. And by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the PWBA Tour.
U.S. Open Bowling Tournament will take place at the South Point Bowling Plaza in Las Vegas, November 3rd through the 9th. For more information on how to take part in one of bowling's most prestigious events, visit bowling.com/US Open. New Way Finn, time for the check and trophy from Chad Murphy of the USBC and Bob Weber from Smithfield Foods. And Liz Johnson, our tournament director, Tennille Mulligan, presentation of the 2016 Player of the Year trophy. Carolyn joined by New Way Finn.
Way Finn, with your victory here today, how is this going to impact the Singapore bowling community and the international bowling community?
First, I'd like to thank Smithfield, USBC, BPAA, and I'd like to thank Rotogrip and Storm for making the best balls in the world. I think this win would impact many other players, like how Joseph Schooling has impacted the whole of Singapore with his win. Like, what he said was really true. Like, even people from the smallest country can do great things. So I believe our neighboring countries, they look at us like, wow, they can do it, so they can. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Only 24 years old. Her first career tour title is also her first career major, as she knocks off Sherry Tan, also from Singapore, 258, 235 in the championship match. A fantastic day and a great season of bowling. Thanks for all our fans who tune in all year long. Congrats to New Way Finn, winner of the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. For Kelly Kulick and Carolyn Doran-Ballard, our entire CBS Sports Network crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long for the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship in Midlothian, Virginia. In association with the United States Bowling Congress, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Coming up next, Formula Drift Insider Montreal. But for now, it's New Wave Vans Moments.